What is up, YouTube? I just got home from the gym. By the way, let me start off the video by saying this. I have never said this, and I think it's important because it lets people know I actually want subscribers. But if you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button down below. I'm trying to make videos. I'm trying to do my thing on YouTube, but I got another job. I work at Target, so I don't need to do YouTube, but I've been making YouTube videos. It's fun. If you enjoy it, subscribe down below. I promise I'll do my best to make cool YouTube videos. I'm getting better. I've been watching YouTube for years, and there's all these YouTubers I look up to and I'm influenced by, and I wanna make a good YouTube video just like them. So that's what I'm working on right now. But yeah, so I'm bored, and I decided I want to do a little video on how to well, pretty much. First off, let me show you my fridge. Here's my house, by the way. Here's my living room. I've showed you before, but in case you don't remember. Oh my God, I think I might have had it on like the vertical the whole time, but I'm not gonna redo that whole speech. Anyway, here's my TV. It's pretty big, 50-inch or something, but I've seen some houses now that have like 70-inch TVs. We sell like 70-inch TVs at Target. I know we sell 60 inches, but 70-inch TVs are huge. But this bad boy's been with us for a while. I got Food Network on, or no, Casino. Classic. De Niro's about to have his gangsters beat this dude up. He's trying to take his woman. So Robert De Niro's gonna have this guy taken care of. It's a good movie. Anyway. Yeah, so let me show you my fridge. I want to do a video on cooking some ground beef that I got. We bought it like a week or two ago, but I couldn't find an expiration, but I know it's like fresh. So I just want to cook it, get cooked, and then snack on it for the next 2 or 3 days. And here we go. Right, here's the fridge. It's so big now. My whole life I lived with this just regular one panel, one thing fridge. And now we got these 2 panels. Like, what the heck? I've never weighed less in my life, really, and now I have a bigger fridge than I've ever had. It's awesome. So great. So appreciate it. But yeah, it's a bunch of junk on the left side here, but right side, oh yeah. This is where the money is. Yeah, so got some dark chocolate yesterday, 85%. Got to stay keto. I shouldn't even eat chocolate, but I wanted 100%. They only had 85%. But that way, if you look at the macros in this bad boy, let's see, it's got, hopefully it'll focus, but it's got 15 grams of fat and 10 grams of carbohydrates. So it actually has more, this is almost like eating cashews or something. Like, it's got a lot of fat, and that at the end of the day, like, to really get into ketosis, if you're healthy, you just gotta eat more fat than, you get a lot more fat than your carbs. So as long as I'm out doing the fat in grams of my sugar, I'm at least doing okay. I know I need to do better, but. And then I got this, and everyone's saying, oh, get organic peanut butter. Well, I searched far and low, and organic peanut butter is good, but it's actually not, because I lived off like Skippies my whole life. And what they do is they actually add oil to it, so it makes it more like a butter instead of just like, you just mix peanuts. Trust me, I lived off organic butter for months, and it's gross, man. It's so like especially if you have allergies to peanuts or mild allergies to peanuts, and you're trying to swallow it. It just like, it's so thick, so thick, if they don't add at least palm oil. And so this one, they add palm oil, and it has 1/3 less sodium and sugar. It's pretty cool. I got this at Vaughn's, and yeah, 17 grams of fat, 6 grams of carbohydrates. See if you can see that. So that's a lot of It's a lot of fat to carbs, and then it's got 7 grams of protein. But because they added so much, they added more palm oil instead of sugar on this Skippy's variety. They added a lot of palm oil, so it has a good amount of fat, and it makes the peanut butter really smooth, really creamy. It's awesome, man. Greatest. And I already ate so much of it. I was like, only just eat like a little bit, and I ate a lot. Yeah, it was a 15-ounce can. I ate like, I would say 6-7 ounces yesterday. It was good. Got some mayonnaise though. Right here, full fat mayonnaise. My mom got this like a few weeks ago before we were doing the keto thing, light mayonnaise, and they pretty much, there's less fat to sugar, so there's pretty much more sugar in this one. You want to get full fat mayonnaise. And I only started doing keto like 2 weeks ago, so I'm still new to it, 2-3 weeks ago. But I'm feeling great, I feel amazing. I'm already starting to really feel the effects in my workout. Ranch, get ranch, gotta get ranch. Newman's Own, got some whipped cream, just one. We used to get a lot of whipped cream, but it actually has a lot of sugar, so I gotta be careful with that. I treat whipped cream almost like I treat dark chocolate. Like, that's a treat now. It's like candy. Like, instead of going for candy, just do one thing of whipped cream, because there's a lot of sugar in whipped cream. So you gotta be really careful with it. It has some fat though. Tapatio, oh boy, I got this the other day at Target. That's the good stuff right there. I mean, yeah, you can, and I like this one because they put garlic in it. Water, red pepper, salt, spices, garlic, acetic acid, xanthan gum, sodium benzoate as a preservative. I don't know what xanthan gum is, but I see it in a lot of things, and I don't seem to have a reaction to it, so I like it. And I love the taste of Tapatio. I need to do some research on that. I know all these keto freaks like, xanthan gum, you're doing all this, like, freaking out. Some people are really health freaks about that stuff, but I like my brands, man. Tapatio, I got Skippy. I wanted to get some Reese's peanut butter. I was looking for Reese's, but I couldn't find it at stores. They only have it on Amazon. They got some Skippy. I do have some ketchup I never eat. As you can see, it's full for months. Mayonnaise, I barely eat, or mustard, barely eat this. We got this sugar-free chocolate flavored syrup, and I was like, oh yeah, so I've been eating it because I have sugar cravings. But I look at it, and it's actually got 24 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fat. You can't even see it, but that's no good. That's no bueno for keto. So I don't care if it says sugar-free. That's no bueno for keto. That'll spike your insulin like crazy. I had the sugar-free syrup, and it's actually 11 grams of carbs per serving. It's not too bad compared to the other non-sugar-free maple syrups. Had about 40 to 50 grams of carbs. So I got the sugar-free one that has 11. I mean, that's really cutting it down. And I'm really not trying to have that, but if I'm craving some like pure sugar, I'll go for maple syrup. I need to stop doing it, but yeah, some other junk. And then I just got this at Costco. This is some good stuff. Heavy whipping cream, Horizon Organic. And if you look here, it's got, hopefully it focuses, 5 grams of fat, less than a gram of carbohydrates, it says. No sugars. No added sugars. No fiber, though. And then 1 gram of protein. So it actually has protein. Hey, I'm all for this. You know what I like is it kind of looks like when we used to buy milk in the old days and you get the half gallon. Now I can just have this. I used to drink a lot of milk, so I like dairy products. I lived off that for a long time, so I want some heavy whipping cream. And I think heavy whipping cream is like a good thing to, use as a main source of fuel more often. And then when I'm craving like a little bit more sugar, then I go for like the light whipping cream or the whipped topping or whatever this is. The sprayed whipping cream. Anyway, so that's that. Got some butter. Oh yeah, so here's the good stuff I got at Costco yesterday. This is such a good deal, and by buying it at Costco, I saved about $7 because I bought such a big amount. But the thing is, I actually went through this 3 pound of walnuts in about a month. So walnuts, baby. 3 pounds. I haven't opened it yet. but and they say you're supposed to refrigerate it. This stuff's good. Here's the macros: 20 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs to 20 grams of fat, and it has 5 grams of protein. So it's got protein, it's got a little bit of carbs, but man, walnuts are like the ideal. And it's got, you know what, it has 4 grams of carbs, but it has 2 grams of dietary fiber. So first off, that's gonna make you feel fuller, and then second off, your body won't even digest that, so you can't even make that into fat or anything. So your blood sugar doesn't spike as much. I got this for a holiday, my birthday maybe. I might make these. I don't care. I can do it. It's not like my body's gonna freak out from one day of cookies, but I'm not living off that anymore. I got that just because that was like before I really started seriously going into keto. Not because now I'm not even craving sugars or anything. I just want to spend money on keto stuff. I don't even want to spend money on sugary stuff, because I'm not even eating it. I'm not even touching it. But here's the good stuff. Got cheese Swiss here. Got these bacon bits I've been adding. I got them from Tillamook cheese. Oh, nice. Tillamook medium cheddar. Some good stuff. 7 grams. I have it memorized. 7 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein, 0 grams of carbs. And it's like 90 to 100 calories, somewhere in that ballpark. We got some ham here, some organic salted butter from Costco. Take a quick look at the macros. 11 grams of fat, just 0. It's really good for people that have lactose intolerance, but still need to get some dairy product. Or if you have sensitivity to casein, which I've heard is something that people have now. Also got some Nathan's, the official hot dog of the MLB. And I wanted to get some Oscar Mayer, but they didn't have the kind I was looking for. But Nathan's is good. I'm going to eat some of those too. It's like 15 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, 1 gram of carbs. They actually add a little corn syrup or something like that. But hey man, that's some good macros other than the little amount of sugar. And I don't think you can just be like afraid of sugar. Like you still need to have a little bit of carbs in your diet. I feel like for me as an athlete, or just as a human being, not even as an athlete, because I feel like your body should be able to utilize every source of food it can as a source of fuel in case of emergency. Like you need to be able to adapt. Like you can't just only live off one source of food, and then because if that food goes away and now you can't perform as well in every area of your life because it's like a crutch, you know. Obviously you want to lean towards keto and lean towards eating healthy, but at a certain time it becomes a crutch because you need to be able to do the same things you do every day, even if you don't have good food available, or you still need to get calories in. Like you know, you can eat bad food and then just burn the calories and it's not so bad. What's this? Some frozen yogurt. Oh god. Anyway, pork sausage. It's the good stuff. And yeah, here's what I'm getting to though. Here's what I'm gonna cook. That's what I want to cook today. Man, this is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna have to edit a lot. But here's what I'm about to cook today. Some organic ground beef, 80% lean, 20% fat. I got it. I got the fat one. 22 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, 16 ounces. So pretty much grass-fed and grass-finished. I got the best I could, and it doesn't have an expiration, I don't think. I couldn't find an expiration. I'm tripping, but got it from Whole Foods. About to cook it and then live off it for the next couple days. So let me I know we got some vegetable oil, but today what I actually want to use, I've never tried this before, just bought it, some refined organic coconut oil. I'm going to try a little bit. Actually with meat you don't need oil, I've heard, because the meat carries natural oils, but I want to add a little for flavor and just to give it a little more fat content, because it's pretty lean still, 80%, but it's still pretty lean. And then I'm actually gonna add a little butter. I want to add a little butter. And that I'm just gonna make the ground beef. I don't want to add anything, and then if I want to add something later, then I just have some ground beef. But now if I just cook the ground beef, anyone can just come in and they can make their own dish with the ground beef I've cooked. And I'm not like if I make a ground beef dish with cheese and spinach or something like that, now I'm like I have to eat that kind of a dish every day. Whereas if I wait, I can just add the spinach or add the cheese later. So let's get it going. Here's the stove cook. Let's get a good view. Alright. Oh yeah, and then let me pause it. Alright. Yeah, my hair's so long now. I gotta get a haircut. But I gotta wear a hat. I just don't. I'm paranoid that my hair's gonna shed and it's gonna get in the food. I'm gonna have to wear a baseball cap. Okay. So yeah, my mom went up to. She's out actually in. She went up to Anaheim for the day for some checkup. But she's been doing well with her cancer. She's healing, and hopefully after this next, she has a huge big bout of like chemo and stem cell stuff, and then after that, it's just gonna be a long healing. But I think she can make it. I think she's gonna be good. So hopefully we'll have her in future videos here. But I love you, Mom. Shout out to you. All right. Without her, wouldn't have this food and house. Alright, so got the stove, and yeah, got the organic ground beef, 16 ounces here. You know, I haven't cooked a lot of just ground beef myself. I've cooked a lot of cheeseburgers and burgers, but my mom has cooked a lot of ground beef for me. Just pure ground beef and then add stuff. Whereas I have cooked a lot of cheeseburgers, but I haven't cooked a lot of just pure ground beef. I have before. It's kind of nice. Alright. We don't want to break it. Okay. So, I want to just heat up the stove here. Get a little butter in. I mean, a little more than that. Okay, there we go. And you know what? Actually, it's funny because right now I'm intermittent fasting till. Trying to make it till 12. It's 4:53 right now. I'm trying to make it to 12 p.m. before I eat. And actually, I actually want to go way longer than that. I want to wait till I'm awake in the morning before I eat. But we'll see. So I'm actually not going to, I don't want to eat any of this at all. I'm just cooking it now and then eating it later. But we got some butter, and let's see. Now we got the coconut oil. I'm super excited to use this stuff. I want to taste it, but like I said, but you know, I'm not like super serious about it. Who cares? I've been doing it every single day for like the last 6 or 7 days. So, and they say if you just have a little fat, you can actually mimic intermittent fasting. But I don't think I'm going to. Not worth it. Could make it to 12. It gives me a thrill like making it to. Oh, nice. Okay. So that's kind of, so it's got liquid, but it's like a butter almost. Okay. And they say refined isn't as strong of a taste as unrefined. I know I was getting organic unrefined from Costco, and it was good, but it just had a really strong taste. Very, very strong taste. So this will be nice. I've heard unrefined. Pretty good. See, that's a lot of oil here. But there's a lot of meat, so. I'm still intermittent fasting, I promise. You know what I should do? I'm gonna make coffee. So that way I can consume something during my intermittent fast. So this is gonna be hard while I'm cooking. But yeah, so I got some organic, I'm gonna show you this coconut oil. This is the good stuff, baby. Refined, but I feel like I could just like eat this stuff straight. MCT oils and all that good stuff. And oh nice, so I do have some chia seeds in here. I haven't eaten them yet, but I've heard they just have great nutrients in them. Okay, so now you can see this, it's just kind of a liquid here, the butter and coconut oil. But that's how we want it. We don't want it to smoke. Never wanted it to smoke because that's when it can get too hot and I've heard it can have like carcinogens and stuff in it when you start to get the oils to smoke too much. Especially the coconut, but I've heard the butter will too even. Alright. And the trick is I feel like you want to cook it on a low heat for a long time. So, yeah, that's what we'll do. Let me put some stuff away and I'll get back to you when I've cooked it for a little bit. Nice. Alright, so it's gonna be a while because I should have thawed it first. I don't know why I just took it out of the freezer, but you know what, it's cooking. I have it covered now. I'm just gonna cook it at a really low temperature just to try and break this meat up. Here, let's see. It's just, man, I'm not trying to make burgers here. I'm trying to make ground beef. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely absorbing all this oil. But man, it's got a ways to go before it thaws. Unfortunately, I messed that up. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that just on a low temperature, and hopefully it'll just kind of break down. And then I'm gonna cook some coffee. So I want to teach you how to cook coffee. Here's how I do it. I got my 6 ounces. I weighed 6 ounces, and the reason I do 6 ounces of water is because that's the serving size is. Honey, I've been having a problem with this. Gotta quit. As you can see, I have a sugar problem, but it's been fueling me for years. That's the reason. But I'm quitting. I've actually, for years, I've been kind of doing low carb, so. But yeah, so 6 ounce serving is supposed to be 1 tablespoon of this ground black silk Folgers coffee. Shout out to Folgers, because you guys had the best deal when I was at the store. Starbucks is trying to choke me for my money. Couldn't do it. I've given you so much of my life, Starbucks, so I got a teaspoon here. 1 tablespoon, sorry. Open this up. Gotta grab one of these. Throw it in the coffee maker. It's called a filter. You have your coffee. Bring it over here, you throw it in your filter. Tell me if I'm doing this wrong. This is how I've been doing it, and it's been working for me. I think I'm getting caffeine. Take your water. I'm getting a little coffee. Take your water, pour the 6 ounces into the coffee maker. Plug in your coffee maker, hit brew, and enjoy your coffee. It'll do the rest of the work for you. And I love the smell of coffee, and it always brings up the idea of donuts to me. Like, I love the smell of coffee and donuts. Like, there's nothing better in the morning. And that, I remember when every time I used to go to church in the morning when I was a kid, coffee and donuts, oh, greatest smell. Brings back such good memories. Now, of course, donuts we want to stay away from, but uh, I think there's a way we can make healthy keto donuts. I think there is a way. And I think we can get not only healthy keto donuts, I know there's a way. There's easy ways to do it, almond butter, almond flour, such. But I think there's a way to not only get keto donuts specialty, but keto donuts in mass quantity. I was at Target today and I was stocking, and I actually noticed this the other day, but today I was looking at it again, and it's called Real Foods is one of the brands, and they have it was pizza and I guess enchilada. I think it was enchilada, but it was like a burrito, but they called it an enchilada. But they had enchiladas and pizzas that were really, really keto friendly. They were 4 grams of carbs with a lot of fat and protein. The pizza, it was 4 grams of carbs for this like good sized pizza. 4 total, not net, total carbs, and had a lot of like it was pretty much made. I think the crust was made out of like chicken and cheese and something else. I don't know, but they did a great job of the presentation. It looks like a real pizza, and I gotta try it, see if it's actually good like a pizza. But those are the kind of things that I want to see in mass production, where they're starting to make like mass amounts of like frozen food and stuff for people that are sugar sensitive. Just like they make stuff for people that are lactose intolerant. Like they've at least given it some focus, because hey, I'm paying for it. If people are willing to buy it, and I'm spending a lot more money now on keto stuff. Unfortunately, for those who like sugar, if I'm swaying the population in my food choices. But hey, I want to be healthy, and I don't like sugar in my diet, so that means I'm gonna buy these keto friendly stuff, and if they get popular, so be it. That's what I want, and I think it's good for the whole population. In fact, not in a selfish way, but even in an unselfish way, I think it's good for the whole population. Coffee's ready. If we're all keto and stay away from sugar as much as we can. Like I said, I don't want to completely eliminate sugar from our diets and carbs, but they should literally be like the 5 to 10% of our diet. Like a dessert is literally a dessert. It's 5 to 10% of your diet, and the rest of your diet is dedicated to getting all that fat and protein and necessary macronutrients for your body to build muscle and maintain muscle, and get into ketosis and build ketones, and avoid gluconeogenesis and all these things that are necessary when you eat certain macronutrients that are necessary for the body to survive. I feel like the reason that we human beings have gotten here is because a lot of our ancestors were eating a lot of meat, and a lot of the meat has a lot of the necessary macronutrients. I mean, I think humans are, what do they say, omnivores now. Like, we can live off plant and stuff, but we were also carnivores for a long time, and there's nothing wrong, I feel like, with eating meat to get those necessary 9 amino acids that are necessary for life. Like, geez, yeah, you can live off plant-based stuff, but I'm not gonna gamble with my life and my health, especially now that I'm lighter. Like, when I was heavier, I was eating all sorts of stuff, but now I gotta be really focused on those little amounts. I'm not eating as much. I'm eating a lot less. So with the stuff I do eat, I have to make sure it has all the necessary proteins and macronutrients in order for me to keep going, in order for me to stay strong and healthy and playing basketball. So here, cutting up the meat here. I feel like the stove's on, but it's really low. But I'm finally getting this ground up a little, cut up. cutting it with a knife. This is kind of disturbing, bro. But you know, it's beef. This is actually, yeah, this is beef. I was looking at the bison yesterday at Costco, and I really think that bison, it had like really good macronutrients. That might be something I'm interested in, because you know, you are what you eat, and bisons are badass, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be this big ass bison, but I'm trying to build a little muscle, get a little power, and I just think that maybe if I were to incorporate that in my diet over cow, because sometimes cow, I think, can just become like kind of fat lard, especially even if it's grass finished, grass fed. You know, it's into their genetics kind of to just be kind of lazy and graze. Whereas, you know, I've been in Wyoming, I've been in Montana, I've seen bison, and they're roaming and they're running around in packs, and they're big and tough. It's badass. So that's why I've been looking at that. But I just want a meat that has a lot of fat. And actually, the bison I was looking at Vaughn's yesterday, it actually did have a lot of fat. I don't need a lot of fat, because I get so much fat now from all the coconut oil and the butter and all that. But see, here we go. I've got it ground up now. I'm going to keep cutting it up. But now you just kind of cook it. You just kind of let it marinate. You keep trying. I got to keep cutting it up because it's real tough. I want it to be real crumbly, like a really crumbly meat that you can just kind of put into a taco, put into a pasta. If someone's making it, mix it with eggs. I want to make an egg dish soon, maybe for YouTube as well. You know, I'm 24 now, and you are your habits. Eggs. That's how I got through college. I made eggs for myself every morning. That's how I woke up. I stopped eating bad food. I started eating 3 scrambled eggs a day. Low carb diet, you know what I mean? That was how I got through college, and I think eggs are a great source of protein, source of fat for the body. And I'm gonna let this cook, and I know I've been blabbering on. This is a long YouTube video. This is gonna be a long one, so I gotta edit it, and I gotta be careful with how much I do here. Alright, so now for one of the best parts. Now we got it cooking. Now we cook, and man, I can smell it. You can probably smell it through the video. You see, it's nice and red, so that means, you know, it was still fresh. It was still fresh, and now we're gonna brown it up here. And what I like about ground beef is you really cook the meat thoroughly and through. So I'm really not the kind of guy that likes you know, medium rare or anything. I don't mess around with that. I like my meat cooked thoroughly, so I don't have to worry about that. Getting any of the eating food raw. I don't know. I've never been one to eat food raw. But here's everyone's favorite part, and this is the spices. So what I want to add is obviously, so I just got this stuff: some black pepper and some salt, some sea salt. Actually, no, I'm probably gonna add our Himalayan salt first. We got to use this up. So we're gonna use pink Himalayan salt, and we got some ground pepper. So those are obvious ones we're gonna add to this. But also, what I just noticed in my pantry, some good stuff. We got some good stuff. We got dill, but where did my mom put it? Moving stuff around on me. Oh boy, here it is. Gourmet burger seasoning, Weber. Let's see, salt, onion, spices, garlic, sugar, chili pepper, rice concentrate, tomato powder, red bell pepper, caramel color, natural smoke and grill flavors, paprika extractives. Wow, that was hard for me to say. And natural flavor. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of good stuff. A lot of salt, onions, spices, garlic. I'm only gonna add a little bit of this. It even has sugar. That's crazy. But I do want to add a little bit of this stuff. So here. Okay. This is how you keep the motor going, right? No calories, but... So first off, let's add a little of this gourmet seasoning. Just a little bit. I don't want to go crazy with it. If someone else was here to eat with me, and they wanted some... Ooh, man, it smells good. Whew! What is that? It must be the chili pepper. I'm gonna add a little more of that. I don't want to go crazy with it. We want to keep this pure, but... Man, that smells good. Now let's add some pepper, obviously. I think I gotta open this one though. Yes, sir. This is how you open pepper. Alright. I got the crushed ground, like super crushed. You gotta be careful not to just like pour it in, which I've done in my life. I'm sleepy. You gotta open up the little cap, you know what I mean? And then you can just kind of pour a little amount on. You don't want to just gobble it on, but there's some pepper. That was a lot of pepper. There's the sea salt, but we're not going to add that today. Got a little pink Himalayan. And yeah, I like to add a lot of salt to my food because I've heard that you need it when you're in ketosis. You need a lot more salt. So, and it makes it so tasty. Oh man. So this stuff's really cooking up, really smelling good. Like I said, I don't want to add too much because I want to make this like a base thing. I can just keep in my fridge and then just go to, and then I can add cheese and eggs later. But or even I can just eat this raw. You know that? How good is that to just eat it? No, nothing else except the spices I just put in, like a little amount of spice. Well, let's give you a view before I cut out. Coming along good, but we gotta cook it still. It's kind of cooking at a hot temperature. I'll probably lower it. We don't want this oil, like I said, to become carcinogenic, I guess. That's what I've heard. And now I want to cook this on a low temperature until it's nice and brown and good, and then I'll store it away. I'll show it to you guys before I store it away, drink my coffee, and we'll call this a vlog 25, 27, I don't know where I'm at. Anyway, back. Come here, Elsa. Say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. Go, girl. Go, girl. My doggy, Elsa. And now that I'm so thin, like one bowl, I'm like, whoa, I'm good for the day. Anyway, I'll get back to you when we finish this. So still cooking here. It's doing good. I want to get it a little more cooked. Realize the reason now. You know, I feel like there always could be like little, very microscopic, parasites and bugs, bacteria or something like that could be growing in the meat. So that's the reason you like to cook it really thoroughly. That's why you don't like to eat it raw. But one thing I was thinking of adding, or I'm not going to today, but maybe in the one day I'll do this. I found this at Target. It's actually good. Ragu, classic Alfredo. I love Alfredo, right? So that was my big thing before keto was and low carb was. I loved fettuccine Alfredo. I still do. But this stuff, if you just get the Alfredo, you know, you look at the macronutrients, and if you can't see it, it says 8 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein. So it is really heavy in fat, and that's why I think it's not that bad. I mean, compared to the stuff I had, because before I started buying stuff, I'm gonna just start getting a bunch of Alfredo, honestly, because the other stuff we have in here is like this. Like 6 grams of carbs, 0 protein, 0 fat. Peach mango. I mean, like tomato sauce, tomato and basil. Chickpeas. It's just too high carb for me. So I need to have, and for like other people, like my mom, she can eat that stuff, but black beans, you know, I can't eat that stuff. It's too high carb for me. I gotta keep it low carb, keto, healthy. So we're almost there. We're almost done with this dish here. finish my coffee. Okay, so pretty much we're done here. I'm gonna cook it a little more, but I didn't add any more spices than what I showed. I kept it nice and neutral, and it's mostly just beef here. Well, I'm excited. A pound of beef, and I'm gonna save it. Maybe add some stuff later, but this is very crumbly now. I got it really, really crumbly, so it's gonna be hard to make cheeseburgers out of this one, but it's gonna be perfect for burritos, for mixing with eggs and cheese. This would be really good for carne asada fries. This is something I was really craving. I have some fries, but I don't want to eat that. You know, that's a lot of carbs. But this is gonna be good. So we got some ground beef, grass-fed, grass-finished, and put it in a container. And thanks for watching, YouTube. Make sure to subscribe below if you want to see more videos like this. I also, like to play basketball a lot. Video games is big. Right now I'm taking a break from video games until I get my student loans paid off, which is coming up here in the next month. I'm gonna get those loans paid off. Next 2 months, 3 months, I'll get those loans, get my Xbox again, maybe get a PlayStation again. And we'll get on it. And yeah, I love playing basketball. So, and I love cooking. Keto, but I also made cookies, man. I'm a good cook. I love all food, you know what I mean? Subscribe below. Love y'all.